Alright guys, we just woke up. It's pretty early. We're on our way right now to go do a catamaran tour over to the Na Pali Coast. It should be really cool and exciting. One thing we did hear though is that it can be super windy at times, and so we probably won't be doing a whole lot of talking on the boat, but it should be a lot of fun. We're really excited about it. So it's a 5.5 hour sailing cruise over to the Na Pali Coast. They serve you breakfast beforehand and lunch while you're on the boat, and then they also do snorkeling, and it's about 40 minutes in the water. Anyway, we're really excited about it. It should be a lot of fun. Obviously we've never been over to the Na Pali Coast before because it's our first time in Kauai. We're super excited to do it because it's like the best way we've heard to go see the Na Pali Coast, because not only is it like the most picturesque part of the entire island of Kauai, but there's also dolphins you can see while you go there. Dolphins like to follow the boat, and especially in front of the bow, because we've been told that it creates like this pressure wave where the dolphins can just hop on in and kind of just cruise effortlessly with the boat. So we're really excited, hopefully that we can see some dolphins, cross your fingers. But anyway, yeah, so we're on our way over there right now. We just grabbed a few little things and then hopping in the car. The best tour ever. If you guys are ever in Kauai, definitely book this tour with Captain Andy's. It is a ton of fun. Waterfall scar. Meaning that a waterfall used to go there. Guys, we made it on the Na Pali Coast! This is by far the coolest tour. If you guys are ever in Kauai, come check it out. It's sick.
Crazy. So we are on this catamaran. We are at the Na Pali Coast right now, which is right behind me. Jared's flying the drone right now. It feels like we're the only ones on here. Everyone else is out snorkeling right now. We decided to hang back for a second so we can capture all of this. But you guys, this is incredible. It's so beautiful out here. We've seen this now from a helicopter, but now being out here in the water, it's just amazing. So cool.
Guys, we just finished the Na Pali Coast tour and it was awesome. Like, seriously, it's so cool. Hands down, would recommend to absolutely everyone and everyone. So we were gone for 5.5 hours and we got to go see the Na Pali Coast. We saw dolphins. We saw so many, they're called spinner dolphins. So we saw so many of those. We got to see the Na Pali Coast, seriously, like right up front. And it was just so cool. We got to go snorkeling. Honestly, the snorkeling was not the greatest. So if you do have a chance to go on a catamaran tour of the Na Pali Coast, one recommendation is that if one of them offers a tour without the snorkeling, definitely do it, because the snorkeling there, honestly guys, was not the greatest. I think I saw maybe like a dozen fish. That's really bad. There was, obviously I didn't see any sea turtles or anything like that. Of the dozen fish I did see, this is actually kind of cool, they got really close to me, like too comfortably close. So I was just like, this is kind of weird. Like, I feel like I could almost like reach out and touch them. Anyway, I did. I reached out, I touched two of them. In fact, one of them I kind of like grabbed and like pulled back a little bit. It kind of swam back and like almost as if it was like playing with me. Like, it kind of swam back into me and I touched it again, it swam back, and it was kind of funny. It was almost like a little doggy. But guys, it was seriously so much fun. Highly recommended. So the company that we went with was called Captain Andy's. They treated us literally like royalty. They welcomed us in the beginning. They got us breakfast. They took our shoes to get onto the boat. While we were on the boat, they had even more free breakfast, which was kind of unexpected. Then they had unlimited free drinks. We had guava drinks, we had pineapple drinks, we had tons of sodas. And then while we were on board, like while we're cruising along, they're constantly asking us like, hey, how are you doing? Like, is there anything that we can do? Can we take trash for you? Can we get you more drinks? Anyway, so that was really cool. When we got to the Na Pali Coast, they stopped the boat, obviously, so we could take photos. And then they asked us like, hey, can we take your photo? Which was really cool, because obviously when you get there, you want to get a really cool picture. So that was super cool, because they knew the exact type of photos to capture, because obviously they'd been there several times a day. So they took our photos and even videos from several different angles, and were super cool about it. And the other thing, you guys, that lunch on board the catamaran was seriously out of this world good. Like, it was so delicious, kind of almost unexpected for how good it was, because usually you're kind of like expecting like sandwiches to be like not the best meat, kind of like just like the cheap deli meat that you get at the store. But this was like thick cuts of like turkey, roast beef, ham, and it was just so delicious. And the bread it was on, I don't even know the type of bread, but it was seriously so good. Anyway, then after that we did a little bit of sailing, which was a lot of fun. But the entire time, like, the experience from start to finish was absolutely amazing. And so we totally highly recommend going with Captain Andy's if you guys ever do a catamaran tour. And if there is an option to do one without the snorkeling, definitely do that, because the snorkeling, like I said, isn't that great. And so I probably wouldn't pay extra to do it, especially if I were to do it again. I would definitely not pay for snorkeling. But overall, the experience was seriously, you guys, out of this world amazing. One side note that was kind of a bummer, Brittany's phone got ruined. So guys, if you sit in the front, you are going to be splashed with water. Even though it's this massive catamaran, every time we hit a wave, it was just an explosion of water. On two separate occasions, it was such a big, massive wave of water that they actually had to kind of slow it down, the catamaran. And so maybe it was just like kind of a little bit of bad luck. Maybe that was probably the case, that we just had like too big of waves. Those waves got Brittany, so her phone got toast, and so we'll have to go get her new phone. But the one thing that was actually kind of a little tender mercy is right before those big waves happened, Brittany said to me like, hey, I think you should probably go put the camera away. The waves were getting kind of big. And seriously, you guys, right after I put the camera away, there was these massive waves. Anyway, highly recommended, guys, should totally do it.